What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Sportorium podcast. Today we are joined by Rupp. It's the first time in a while, man.
It has been a while.
How you feeling to be back?
I'm feeling good.
Nice.
Looking forward to free agency,
Oh yeah, should be
trades, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go over this all in another episode, but there's a lot of things going on. Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, getting
Daniel
crazy out
Jones
here. Yeah,
taking all the money for no reason.
Disgusting. But
Yep.
That's a topic for another time.
Yep.
First off, we're going over the AFC North, and we're going to start off with the Ravens. So currently the Ravens have $25 million in cap space, and their main thing today, they just placed the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar, meaning that he can negotiate with other teams. He could agree to a contract with another team, but the Ravens will be able to match it. If they don't match it, 2 first-round picks to them. So that's obviously like their main thing. They need to figure out what's going on with that. But early like rumblings of what's going on, it doesn't sound like Lamar's like market is good at all. So I
thought the market was going to blow up.
I thought there was going to be like
the
a trade
Falcons
today.
were going to give everything.
I thought Falcons were going straight for it, but I guess not.
Apparently they're not even in. There's like the Commanders aren't, Panthers aren't.
I saw the Raiders are.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Raiders.
I saw like literally like a couple of minutes ago that they said they have all the options on the table right now.
Lamar. Yeah, which I think that would be great for them.
Yeah. I don't think that'll happen because I don't think he's going. If he leaves the Ravens, I doubt he's staying in the AFC.
That is true. But it also there's this whole thing about the NFLPA thinks that teams are coming together and kind of like boycotting what happened with Deshaun Watson, like how he just got a fully guaranteed contract, and they don't want that to ever happen again.
That's like stupid because that in itself was a completely different scenario where it was like Watson coming off all those charges against him.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been able to get that. Whereas like Lamar, it's like we actually know he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah. The main thing is the injury concerns, though.
Yeah, injury concern, whatever. I mean, he still rarely loses when he actually plays, and he's great when he plays. So
only 16 career losses so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't giving him a fully guaranteed contract compared to Watson. I don't see a problem with that, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Apparently not. But they have 25 million cap space. There's not that many cuts they can make. One of them, Morgan Moses, he was at right tackle most of the season coming over. He was on the Jets before that, right?
Yeah, he was on the Jets.
I think a year or two.
You cut him, you save 2.5 mil. Another one, this is interesting because it's Calais Campbell. He just like announced he's coming back for another year, and it'd be like doing him so dirty if you just cut him, but they save 7 mil
unless he wants to play somewhere else.
Yeah, which I kind of doubt, because this was kind of like, I don't know. It seemed like he just was ready to retire, but wanted to like run it back one more time. So
there's 2 clear cuts in my eyes. And if you cut Gus Edwards, saves 4.3. You don't really need him. And the other one is, he did very well. He's still a good player. Chuck Clark.
Yeah, I actually did see
3.4. You drafted Hamilton. You have Marcus Williams. Like, you don't need him.
That is true.
I mean, especially because Kyle Hamilton, like at the end of the year, was playing really well.
He was.
I don't see a problem, but they also could try and trade Chuck Clark too. I mean, there's not that many good safeties around the league anymore.
I don't know what.
I know. I'm saying like I don't know what it does to the cap, but like somebody would probably give up something for him.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, there's also a couple guys that I think they should bring back. A couple guys I think they'll let walk. 3 guys to bring back potentially. One, DeMarcus Robinson. He's not going to cost a lot, and there was like a couple games where he was actually good somehow.
Yeah, he looked solid at some points last year.
If he's like a number 4 option, good. That's fine. If you're going to sign him and then
higher than that, though.
Yes, exactly. If you're going to sign him and be like, oh, look, Lamar, we got your receiver, man. No, but just depth. And then 2 old edge rushers, Justin Houston and JPP. Justin Houston was like really good this year.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
and what is he, like 35 or
Yeah,
36?
he's old. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, but he had a great year.
Same with JPP.
And JPP. They have like solid talent at edge, but you got young guys like Odafe Owe. We didn't really see much from David Ajabo. So get a nice veteran presence that was already there and played well for cheap. Bring him back. Why not? I think
it's just hard because, like, especially like if Lamar ends up leaving, a lot of these guys might just like not want to come back.
Yeah, that is also true. And if you don't even know what you're going to do at quarterback, why do you want a 35-year-old edge rusher?
Yeah, if they end up with like anyone but Lamar, a lot of these guys are going to be like, yeah, like this team's not going anywhere now.
Yeah. And that's kind of with like Marcus Peters. I think that's just like a mutual, like, we had our good years, but.
Yeah, I think he's gone. Someone's going to give him more money somewhere.
Yeah. And he's getting not great.
He's getting older. He's also not actually that good. I don't honestly think he was ever really that good. To be honest with you, he's got a lot of
pretty
picks,
decent.
He got burned a lot, but he got a lot of interceptions.
It was pretty much like Trayvon Diggs. Exactly.
But like someone's still going to give him a lot of money for his name.
True.
I doubt it'll be the Ravens.
Especially like a young team that probably could benefit from an older corner, just a nice veteran presence. I've said veteran presence like 80 times, but it's a real thing.
True.
You probably will say it again too.
Oh, I definitely will. Also Ben Powers, who is like, I think he was like top 5 in run block win rate and then like top 10 in pass block win rate. So he had a very, very good year. But I mean, they have other guys there. Ideally, you'd bring him back, but there's other holes on this team.
Did you talk about restructuring like Ronnie Stanley and Marlon Humphrey?
Not yet.
Which saves like $14 million. So
that's something
that's a necessity.
Yeah, they'll probably need to because they're not like super tight on cap, but we just don't know with quarterback yet.
Yeah, but I mean, like then if you sign Lamar, then that becomes a different situation where he's going to take up a lot of that cap if he gets some massive deal, unless he stays on the tag.
Yeah, I think so. I can't wait to see what actually happens.
I think that he'd probably sit out.
Honestly. He might. Honestly, what I think is going to happen is someone's going to negotiate with him, and then the Ravens are going to just be like, yeah, no, we're keeping him. Just give him the same deal.
Yeah, well, they do have the final say. It's actually like it's a very weird.
They're gonna probably like I saw people saying they're gonna like look for what he's looking for from other teams and then just give him that.
Yeah, but I mean, he still doesn't have to like agree to that because he needs to agree to the contract first.
No, so, he does. Like he can agree to a contract with someone else, and then the Ravens could match it, and he could still say no.
Yeah,
and then what happens at that point?
He'd trade him out,
cut him,
or they have to trade him. Yeah,
he would still be under contract because he is under the tag.
Yeah, he'd be on a 1-year deal, but he wouldn't want to play unless he just doesn't want to play for the Ravens.
Which
he's been so disrespected. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true. But he's like been
But he is asking for crazy money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's guarantees. What it is now. Like look what Daniel Jones just got.
Yeah, if Daniel Jones is getting
Daniel Jones $40 million a year, Lamar should realistically get like 80.
And with incentives, that Daniel Jones contract goes up to like 48 mil per year.
But yeah,
if he hits those incentives, which
that's probably just gonna like destroy the QB market.
It's pretty shot right now.
You're gonna get like scrubs getting 30 million.
Yeah.
Geno Smith, after one good year, he's been garbage his entire life.
Yeah, but
he's everything. He had one decent year, and he got 100 million.
Yeah, he had one decent year. Daniel Jones had one decent year. It wasn't that good. He threw less touchdowns than Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's terrible. That is actually wild.
I didn't know that. Yeah, it's bad.
But the thing with Geno's contract is what it originally was reported. It's 10 million less per year. That's all incentives. So it's a 25 million per year contract.
Yeah, but I mean that's not even bad. Like if
that's
Geno could put up what he did this year again for a year or two more, and you draft a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean they could draft Anthony Richardson this year.
Yeah, they could. And then in my opinion, that's worth it.
Yeah, I've seen the Anthony Richardson stuff, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Who knows what'll happen with that? But that's for another video.
That is true.
And then a couple guys that they could target. I mean, they need a wide receiver. really bad. They've been terrible at developing that. Exactly. They haven't had a Pro Bowl receiver ever.
So, I think them getting that higher tier receiver depends on Lamar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they're not going to trade for someone or sign someone when you're starting like Tyler Huntley at quarterback.
Yeah, that's Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Another one that I like, I don't think it's realistic at all. Derrick Henry. I haven't seen.
Again, I think that would kind of impact with Lamar.
Yeah. I also don't think that he's getting traded, Derrick Henry.
I don't think he will either.
It's so smart for him to get traded. He's 30.
Yeah.
I think he should everyone falls off team, but I don't think they're gonna. I think it's different with him though, because he's kind of like a much different style running back than we've seen for a long time.
Yeah.
He takes hits like crazy.
Yeah, he does, but
he gets about 30 times a game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like different. Where, like I feel like he could go a little longer because of that.
He could,
because I mean, he's not getting smaller or anything. He's still bigger than everybody on the field.
Yeah, just a lot of mileage for
it definitely is, but I mean, I don't think it would matter. I think if you leave him on the Titans, that team's terrible. I think if you put him on a much better team, he would look really good again.
Yeah. Who knows?
Father Time always wins.
That is true.
Does it though?
Yes, literally every time.
Always.
Unless you're Jerry Rice or Tom Brady, and it doesn't at all. Then you just disregard that. And then talking about some team needs, they could always use another running back. J.K. Dobbins, we spoke about. He's good, but if you could go out and get like a big name running back, and I mean, there's not really big name running backs on the market right now, but like I'd prefer a Kareem Hunt. I'd prefer, I don't know, probably a David Montgomery. There's nothing really crazy. Like if Saquon or Josh Jacobs hit the market, then I'd say like, yeah, absolutely go after one of those. But obviously that is not the case. But yeah, I think they were just a running offense. That's just what they do best. So, I mean, you've been pretty adamant about not getting a receiver. So why don't you just go and get a big name running back, just a proven stud?
I can see Miles Sanders go there.
I could see a Miles Sanders. I like that too. And J.K. Dobbins is not bad at all. But between injury concerns and he's just like, I don't really see him as like a lead back. And especially like you said, if you cut Gus Edwards, you save what, $4.3 million?
Correct.
It's a decent amount of money. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think that's the biggest need. But
big need is corner, honestly. Who's their corner when they let go of Marcus Peters?
They have Marlon Humphrey. So obviously your CB1 spot, it's pretty. He's been very good.
I see them drafting somebody.
Yeah, they probably should, because other than that, they have like Jalen Armour Davis, who is a rookie. Okay, Trayvon Mullen. Okay, they need corner really bad. That's their number one need, in my opinion. And they could always bring back Marcus Peters. I just doubt that happens.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, cheaper CB2. Go get a young guy in the draft. This corner draft is just absolutely ridiculous. So either way, I'd say you get a guy in that draft. Obviously, like we already spoke about, get any and every wide receiver you can. That receiving core is just simply not good. Rashad Bateman, injuries, just hasn't proven anything. Devin Duvernay was like your best receiver last year, and that's just a return specialist playing receiver.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. Obviously, you got Mark Andrews, but the actual receiver position, very thin for the Ravens.
Almost as bad as the Giants.
Yeah, it's true.
The Giants receivers are terrible.
Yeah, they're bad.
And then I think it really depends on this next one. So if you like Daniel Falele, then you're fine. Maybe you get some interior help because you might be losing Ben Powers. But you could go out and get another right tackle. Ronnie Stanley obviously locking down the left side. That's completely fine. But I mean, I could see Daniel Falele like being the future there. He played pretty well. He is an absolute mountain of a man. So offensive line is solid. Definitely.
Yeah. It's pretty solid. That's not much needed there.
Yeah.
One piece, but
yeah, and that's why losing a guy like Ben Powers isn't terrible, because you have like Ben Cleveland who could step in there. Patrick McCarry has played well at times, so
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Last thing I'm going to say about them is probably just defensive line depth. Yeah, they have some pretty solid guys, but I mean, nose tackle Michael Pierce. You got Travis Jones, who was an absolute steal in last year's draft out of UConn. And, got some decent edge rushers, but not a whole lot. Definitely could use some upgrades there.
Yeah.
And moving on to the Bengals. Currently, they have 33.9 mil in cap space, which is crazy because they're a great team and have that much money. And
but
number one
reason for that, though.
Yes. So exactly. What you do right this second is extend Joe Burrow. Get out ahead of the Justin Herbert, the Jalen Hurts extensions, because you're just prolonging the inevitable of having to pay him a lot of money. And we'll see what happens with Lamar. Burrow has to be probably the highest paid out of those guys because he is probably the best.
He's going to be.
So that's why you get ahead of the curve. Like, if you look at, like, Josh Allen's contract now, he was, like, right under Mahomes. He's making $43 million a year. Daniel Jones just got $40 million a year. So get ahead of the curve. Sign your guy long-term. Obviously, he's the guy. So
what is he going to get, 50? 52?
I think he's probably going to get around 50. I mean, you got Kyler almost making that much. Yeah. The quarterback market is kind of disgusting right now.
It has to stop.
Yeah. I mean, the cap is going up and everything, so it's inevitably going to increase. But
this is crazy money.
It is.
But speaking football, though, he deserves a contract like that.
Absolutely.
His resume is great, and he hasn't been in the league long at all.
True.
But with that, him being paid, you're losing Von Bell, Jesse Bates, and Eli Apple. Potentially.
Yeah, who cares about Eli Apple?
Agreed. Yeah. F that guy.
He sucks.
But your two safeties in a corner, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think Jesse Bates
is gone.
Yeah, I believe
gone.
so.
Agreed.
Just because, like, that there's already just not a good relationship there. They've shown that they don't really want to pay him.
Yep.
Bring back Von Bell probably wouldn't be too expensive, but at that point, I mean, just you got to look for a replacement.
Yeah.
Young guys, maybe bring in a Jordan Poyer. Who knows? Probably going to be the same money as Bates or around there. So
I don't think they would replace him. I don't think they would replace Bates with someone who's older and going to get a lot of money.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably just look to like Dax Hill or something.
Yeah, Dax Hill is already filling one of those spots, probably the Jesse Bates spot. But I mean, he's shown that he could kind of do absolutely anything. Like, he played outside corner at times this year and looks good. So that kid's a stud.
Their secondary is definitely going to be a little rough. So
yeah, but another guy they could cut is La'el Collins, which was he just didn't really play well this year. Then he got hurt. You save $6 million by doing so. It's not a necessity, but if you like Jackson Carman, who played very well, and I mean, you can move off of him.
There's also a lot of guys in the draft too.
Yeah, and they're in
if they wanted to go that direction at least.
Especially for a right tackle. There's definitely a few guys that they could just snag at the end of the first round and literally just be a plug and play guy.
No.
Probably not going to be as good as La'el Collins. I mean, as good as La'el Collins was this last year, which is not that good. So who knows? That's another one. I don't know if there are any more ones that really jump out to me, except for Joe Mixon. That guy is gone. He just shot a 12-year-old kid. Get him out.
Is that
get him off
actually
the
a
team.
thing?
It's not fully confirmed yet.
Not fully confirmed. Somebody shot from his house 11 times, and it hit a child. It is not confirmed if it was him.
It's confirmed that did happen.
Yes. The situation is true. Just the shooter is not confirmed.
That's messed up.
But like between that and Joe Mixon is just not a good guy. I think it's safe to say that. You got a video of him just actually putting a woman to sleep when he was in college.
That. Oh my God, that was terrible.
And then like the domestic violence thing that came out like right before playoffs or during playoffs.
Yeah.
Like there's just a lot there. And just a headache. You save 7.2 mil by doing so.
So yeah, I mean, and then they could go ahead and just draft a running back if they really wanted to.
I would love to see them get Bijan Robinson.
He won't be there. I
doubt
trade up. Trade
Unless
up
they
and
traded up, yeah.
Come on, because you could also cut Tyler Boyd and save $9 million.
Yeah,
that's true.
But then they have to pay T. Higgins. Then
I think doing a T. Higgins.
No, it's definitely worth it, but
yeah, I don't.
It's worth it, but if you cut Tyler Boyd, you have to lock up T. Higgins.
Yeah, absolutely,
100%.
Which
do you really need Tyler Boyd?
No, they don't need him.
And then like a piece of garbage receiver, and with how much the Bengals actually appreciate Higgins, like I don't think T's really going to go anywhere. I think he wants. I
don't think he's getting traded either. But I mean,
yeah,
if someone comes and offers you like a high first round pick,
yeah, that's true.
I think you gotta
you definitely consider it.
Yeah,
because they know they're not they know they have to give a lot of money to Burrow and then Chase probably next year.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't risk losing either one of them for T. Higgins. But
I think you can't lose either of those two. But T. Higgins, if you wanted to, you could trade him for a couple picks, draft a receiver high, and then don't worry about paying him for years.
True. Yeah, it could literally just be just get a high receiver and literally just replace him.
That's if you wanted to, because you wouldn't. It's not like you'd trade him for just the first. He'd be worth more than that. Look at the AJ Brown got. I'm not saying he's better than AJ Brown, but
yeah. I mean, Hollywood Brown got traded for a first. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the price you pay.
Exactly. I don't see that happening, and I don't think they want that either. But it's always possible. I think
Boyd's definitely a possibility, but somebody would want him.
$9 million. I feel like you gotta at that point.
I feel like they won't do that unless they need to, though.
Yeah, and I don't really see
need a tight end too.
Yeah, that's another one. Hurst. I mean, you could probably get him back for not too much, and he was very good.
Better options though.
You could always get one in the draft. Another crazy draft class is this tight end class. Really? So you could always get a little starter there on day 2. Another guy that they could potentially bring back is Jermaine Pratt. It's not going to cost you too much. He's probably going to go around 9 to 10 mil. So he played pretty well. He's still only 26 years old.
Their defense was pretty good.
Yeah. I try to keep most of those guys intact, other than Eli Apple. He could.
Yeah, they're losing more defensive guys than offensive guys, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's where they could look at the draft if they wanted to.
Another dude that they could bring back for pretty cheap, Samaje Perine. We saw what he could do in this. Who knows?
I don't think so. But he did very well.
Someone like running back needy team is going to give him more money.
Yeah, I hope it's not the Bills. I'll shoot myself.
Right, he's pretty good. I mean, I take him as I don't think he's a starter, but if you had a team I will use the Patriots as an example here because I've thought about this one, where you put him with Ramondre Stevenson, you put him with a power back type. I feel like that would work out pretty well.
Yeah.
Even the Titans, if they decided to go the path of trying to compete, Derrick Henry doesn't have the greatest receiving value.
Yeah. Whereas Nichols or something. I get what you're saying for sure. But
I'm saying even I've thought of the Patriots is we had James White for however long. You saw how good a good receiving back is. There's not a lot of good ones like that anymore.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick is definitely still angry at Ramondre for the whole Chandler Jones thing. Sorry to bring it up.
That was more.
But what happened there? I don't remember.
That was more on Jacoby Myers.
Ramondre started it. It's on him. And he was
fine.
A bad fumble or two towards the end of the season too.
And it was just a one against the Bengals.
Oh yeah, they lost the game because of it.
Yeah, it was just the one. It's fine though. That was his only fumble all year.
Yeah, good player though.
That's what I'm saying. He's good receiving wise, but you bring in someone like that, and it's not like he's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
somebody will look at him like that.
If they're going to move off of Mixon, and to bring him in for cheap, and I'm not saying give him the starting role,
and they could bring him back, but I don't think he's a starter. I think he's I don't think he's a starter.
Some guy I just saw a free agent running back, which makes a lot of sense that no one is even talking about. What about James Robinson to the Bengals?
I don't even know if he has much left anymore.
I really don't know if he's
24, 25 years old.
24,
and he was healthy and active.
He
was healthy and active on game days.
Well, for the Jets.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
they were smart. They didn't want to waste another draft pick. But before he got traded, he was fantastic on the Jaguars.
Yeah, but then he kind of fell off a little bit though.
Because they started Etienne every single
he started, but Etienne still at that point wasn't getting an insane amount of touches.
Yeah, there was like an awkward 3 or 4 weeks where just neither of them were really doing anything.
I think James Robinson is very good, and if you give him a chance, I think he can do some damage.
I think he is chance. How about that? I think he's average, really.
Really? Oof.
I don't think that there's. I think there are much better
rotational guy.
I'd probably put him on the same level as Samaje Perine, honestly. They're completely different running backs, but I'm saying just I don't see one being really better than the other.
Yeah.
And if anything, I might give it to Perine because, I mean, when he was the straight up number one, he was putting up ridiculous numbers on good defenses. So I don't know. I still think James Robinson could be good because he was a stud, but
as a rookie, he was over 1,000. He had 7 touchdowns. A year after, he had 760 with 8 touchdowns, and I think he got hurt.
Yeah, he tore. Was that Achilles that he tore?
Something like that. But you're close to 1,000 again with 8 touchdowns, and then the year after, you got traded to the Jets or whatever else. But I think you give him a chance. I think he's going to be very good.
Could be.
We'll see. Cheap option.
Yeah. I would say their number one need is a CB1. They don't have that. They have
they haven't had that.
Yeah, they have solid depth. I mean, you got Cam Taylor-Britt, Chidobe Awuzie, Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton's a slot guy, and a lot of those guys could play in the slot too. But a number one outside corner, very, very big need.
And they could go after Bradbury or something.
And I was even thinking that you maybe try to figure out a trade for Ramsey.
They could do that.
That's a lot of money, though.
It is.
Yeah, but that's probably worth it for them at least.
They need a difference maker at corner.
The problem with that is he's probably going to want a new contract.
Yeah, they said
they have a lot of contracts to give out.
Yeah. I think that is unlikely. I think it is more likely that they go after, like you said, a James Bradbury or even a Jonathan Jones, something like that, where, I mean, it's still, even Jamel Dean, still going to cost you a little bit, but not number one paid corner in the league money. So CB1, just cornerback in general. They have good depth, but need a guy.
Yeah, and they need a safety. So
yeah, safety is also a big need. Obviously, like we said, you already have Dax Hill there, but you need another guy. Maybe bring back Von Bell.
Yeah,
2 more, and it also just depends on if they decide to bring the guy back. If you don't bring back Jermaine Pratt, you need a linebacker. If you don't bring back Hayden Hurst, you need a tight end.
Yeah,
not a lot of holes on this team at all.
No, they're ready to win still.
Yes, they are still. All the free agents can walk, and they're still one of the best rosters in the NFL.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
they'll probably bring some guys back, but hopefully not Eli Apple. I hope he is playing in the XFL.
I hope he's playing for the. I hope he's playing for the Bills next year.
I was thinking about that. He's one of my most hated players. Him and Mixon. And if any of them were ever in a Bills uniform, I don't think I'd support them, really. I actually hate them that much. And, that wraps up the Bengals. So now we are jumping into the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, it's a poverty team.
They are the definition of poverty, of a poverty franchise. They have negative 17 mil in cap space currently.
Negative 17. Yeah. Oh.
Negative 17. And they have a pretty decent amount of guys that are free agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a lot of cuts either. One thing that they already did do, or they're going to do for the new league year, is John Johnson. They cut him and saved $900,000. I really don't understand that one that much because he wasn't bad. He's actually pretty good. He's going to have a pretty good market. He didn't play the best on the Browns, but I mean, you also don't save anything. So really, what was that for? I don't know.
True.
They need that $900K, man.
Apparently so. But another guy that they could cut is, I believe his name is John Haig.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
exactly. He sucks.
Who's that is? Harrison Bryant. They got a
Harrison Bryant, the tight end. Yeah, the backup.
Yeah. But why? Why do you need him? You signed Njoku. You don't need him at all. That saves 2.7. It's not a lot, but something.
Yeah, they're kind of tight on cap space now, but number one move that they need to make is to restructure that Watson deal. And I'm pretty sure they said they're already going to do that.
And Amari Cooper.
Yeah, you could do that. Amari Cooper, Myles Garrett.
White Teller.
Yeah, White. I mean, you could restructure all these guys. You could probably create like 60, 70 mil in cap space.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints do it every season, so.
It is true.
It's disgusting how they're able to do that.
Yeah.
They do it every year. They were literally negative 50 every year, and they're somehow.
Yeah, and then they just give some dude a $150 million contract.
Yeah,
it's probably. Don't know that one, I need to see the structure of that because it's probably so backloaded. Like he's making $1 million this year and like 90 in 2 years or something.
Yeah, and then somehow in 2 years they're gonna do something else.
Yep, and make it work.
I don't understand like how. I really think one day that it's all gonna catch up to them. Like there's gonna be 1 year where they really can't.
I don't think so. It should have caught up years ago.
It should have.
It's still happening.
No,
look at Michael Thomas. He's still owed how much money? It's just
a ton of money. Yeah, but he's still under contract.
He's always going to be under contract the way they're going.
That's what I'm saying. And if they just keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it's going to be like
tires, I guess.
It's going to be like Bobby Bonilla. They're going to have to pay these dudes for like 20 years.
Ridiculous.
So a lot of free agents, many notable free agents. A couple guys that you let walk. Kareem Hunt. Just don't need him. Never really did.
Yeah, they should have got rid of him a long time ago.
They should have traded him at the deadline, which I'm surprised
they should have traded him like a year ago.
Yeah. Another guy, Jadeveon Clowney, just didn't really do much.
You knew he was out of there.
He also like doesn't want to be there.
Yes.
What happened at the end of the year? He walked out, or he
did something.
He was saying stuff to the media, and like he was kind of like disrespecting Myles Garrett, and then like they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, sorry." He like apologized to Myles Garrett's family and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember what actually happened, but it was just something weird.
It was definitely.
He had one good play in college, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually never really lived up to the hype.
Exactly. Never did. He's a guy that like. Now here's a guy. He's like, I don't know if I think I'd consider him a bust, but like he's still carved out like a pretty decent NFL career.
He's still a good player, but he's not like
30 years old right now.
Yeah.
He's not first overall pick.
Absolutely not.
No.
But he's still been a solid player his entire career, but
just never lived up to the hype.
Never lived up to that hype, no.
Yeah. Another guy they could probably let walk, and they probably will. Greedy Williams. I thought he was going to be good.
Another one that never lived up to the hype.
Yeah, he just didn't really fit anywhere. He's been battling some injuries. I mean, you have pretty good corners right now, so it's not really a necessity to bring him back. And there were like trade rumors too, so I don't see him coming back.
Sure.
I think this is kind of a big one. Jacoby Brissett, he played like really good, better than Deshaun Watson.
Better than Watson. Yeah, Jinx.
Yeah, but the problem with that is someone's still gonna give him a decent amount of money.
Yeah, that's why it's just gonna be too much to bring him back.
He's shown he has like enough skill to perform decently enough to like carry a team for a bit, but there's no reason for them to give him money when you're paying Watson that much money.
Yeah, a team with a young quarterback or that's going to draft a young quarterback. Like if you look at the Texans, if they draft Bryce Young Bryce Young is probably ready to start, but anybody who gets like Anthony Richardson, if you have Jacoby Brissett like as your QB.
Yeah, unless you have a starter already.
Yeah, unless
like
that's
the Seahawks did it.
Yeah.
I mean, you also could
somebody's
put like
going to pay
Brissett on someone like Washington and he could actually start for that team.
Yeah, that is true.
Or like the Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah, which also makes sense. But he's going to get a pretty decent contract somewhere, so
it won't be Cleveland.
No, it will not. One that they could maybe bring back, Deion Jones. They just traded for him. He didn't really do much. He's just like, I don't know. You could do whatever with that. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he doesn't really. He used to be good, but doesn't really have an impact anymore.
One big thing that they could do is extend Jedrick Wills. His contract is up soon.
Yeah.
You got money to just like, you need to spread it soon because obviously guaranteeing Sean Watson.
People always kind of helps you out with that.
Yeah. And obviously a very good.
What the Saints do, bro.
Yeah. They just extend people
extending or reach, bro. I didn't even know. Like the other day, they said like they did stuff quietly that made like 60 million in cap.
Yeah, it's just I really don't understand it because like we could press the restructure button on this online here, but they do like other things. Like it's not just like one way to restructure a contract. They
I
do
swear
some
they
weird
never
stuff.
say what they do.
Yeah, they're pretty weird.
Why spill their secrets? They're definitely cheating somehow, but whatever it is.
No, it's just because like I swear like the cap space. I'll say it every year. It's not real, bro.
No, it's not.
It's literally not real.
There
you
are
can do
ways
whatever you
around
want,
it.
and no one says anything. If you want a player, you can get him.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. There's always ways to make it work.
There's always a way to get him somehow.
So how far away is this team from winning?
I mean, they have a good roster. They do. They have good pieces all around.
I think it depends kind of like what happens with Baltimore. Because like the Bengals probably are still winning that division. But if you take away like another threat from them in their division,
they're
not. It's not a bad roster at all.
No, not at all. They need a little bit of help in places, but
yeah, but it's not overall bad. But I don't think they're not on the level of the Bengals.
No,
if Deshaun Watson gets back to his old self,
that's a big thing too.
That's dangerous.
I would say that I'm not going to say Super Bowl contender, but if Watson plays like he did his last year with the Texans, they're like a very good playoff caliber team.
Yeah, they're probably like I think they're kind of like in that middle tier right now.
Yeah,
where they're kind of like probably like pushing the border of a winning season.
Yeah, I mean,
there's like a lot of teams
kind of
compare
them to the Jaguars, and not team structure, but just the way that like they're
kind of like
right
in that,
there,
like 8 and 9, 9 and 8 area.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like they could make moves that'll put them over the top, but I don't know.
We'll see. It'd be real cool if Deshaun Watson got back to his old self and they traded for D-Hop, since they only have Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. That'd be awesome.
That would be interesting.
You really want him on the Pats, huh?
I want him really bad. I honestly, and I'll say right now, you can clip this.
Oh boy.
2 weeks, whatever you want.
Oh boy.
I think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Be prepared to be let down. It's gonna be clipped. It's gonna be.
I'll make it.
Let down many times, but I honestly think it's gonna happen.
Why would he go there? He has a turd thrown to him. I don't get it.
Damn.
I mean,
disrespectful. Damn.
He loves Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it's also like not up to him at all. So
it's not. He has there's no trade clause.
Yeah,
the Patriots can easily offer the best of all the teams they've been saying have the most interest. They have the best pick by far to give up.
Yeah,
unless someone comes in and says, "Yo, here's our first round pick." Fine.
Yeah. Which I doubt that's going to happen. But
I doubt that's happening. But if you're giving up 46 compared to like the Chiefs, which is like the last pick of the second round,
yeah,
especially with no trade clause, and he gets a chance to be a number one receiver.
I hope he goes.
And the cap hit's not crazy. He's getting paid like his cap hit's like 19 million.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, for D-Hop, bro, compared to what some of these guys are going to be making.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'd take it. But I don't think him on the Browns is unrealistic.
Yeah, I've seen a couple things. I don't think that makes like too much sense, though. Honestly,
it doesn't. But him and Deshaun Watson being back together and making.
I think that's the main thing. When people see that and they're like, "Yeah, it makes sense." But
I just
they probably have bigger needs than that.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Like they could definitely use another receiver, but not a D-Hop type of receiver.
They kind of need like a fast guy, like Mecole Hardman.
That would be perfect. Like you saw what he did with Will Fuller. I mean, that was
unless
a great
they want to bring in Will Fuller and see what happens.
They could do that.
What about like a Robert Woods there?
I just don't know if he has anything left.
I think he's actually washed.
I think he might just be washed,
and he's done.
He's got injuries. I don't know. He's playing with a fucking imbecile quarterback last year.
A lot of them, actually.
True. I agree with you guys a little bit. I think he, after the injury, could be done, but I don't know. He might have something in the tank, and he's got to be cheap.
He's still getting old too, so
yeah, he's cheap, but like he's older.
30?
I think they could benefit from drafting like Jalen Hyatt or something.
Yeah, I think there was a report that I saw that said they want to get him some speed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I said Mecole, because I saw that today. They want to get like a faster receiver.
They have like, what is that guy, Anthony Schwartz?
Yeah.
It's like a trick play specialist. That's not what you
like
need.
Then also like I'm gonna go back to D-Up for a second because it's still in my mind now. So like you're thinking like I saw today like the Browns want speed, the Chiefs want to run it back with the same receiving core. it's kind of like you're just looking at all the options going away.
Yeah, there are a lot of teams that could definitely benefit from him, but the Patriots do definitely make sense.
Yeah.
Chiefs
we'll talk about that at another point.
Yeah,
exactly.
So going back to the Browns, a couple guys that they could bring back. I'd like to see them bring back Dearness Johnson. They need a RB2 behind Nick Chubb, which also read something that they might trade Nick Chubb because it's Deshaun Watson's offense now. I don't know. It seems weird to me. Yeah,
Nick Chubb's going to be turning 29 soon, right? He's getting older.
He is not slowing down at all.
30. No, he's still good.
I'll wait for that 30 spot, and then we'll see.
He's 27 right now.
I thought he was 28.
No, he's 27.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right then.
Yeah, he's still got.
Yeah, he hasn't been around for that long.
Yeah,
I feel like he has.
It's insane that he's even playing right now, actually, because of the knee injury that he had. His thing was backwards in college. I think that happened against Tennessee
Georgia
too.
Quarterback, Georgia running back.
Yeah, that is true. They always have some disgusting injury. You could also bring back Anthony Walker. I'm pretty sure he tore his quad, so you could probably get him back cheap. He's still a good player. Sion Takitaki.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Sion Takitaki. He's also a good linebacker. You need linebacker help, so you could definitely bring those guys back, but get a linebacker. Now they have like Jacob Phillips is good. JOK is obviously, I think JOK is a beast, but
I want him so bad. He slid so far.
Yeah, but there's definitely, you need more. You're losing 3 free agents potentially. You need more. Other team needs. They need D-line help, like I said before, but there are a few guys that I think make a lot of sense. They are either between the 3 or all 3. Who knows? Brandon Graham, Vernon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox. Do you know why?
Because they need a defensive tackle.
Jim Schwartz. He's the defensive coordinator in Cleveland. And he was the defensive coordinator in Philadelphia. So I'm not sure if Hargrave actually played with Schwartz, but Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox did. So, go play for your old coach. So
yeah, but Hargrave's gonna get a bag.
He's gonna get a lot of money. So that's why, I think Fletcher Cox makes a lot of sense because I think he's gone. I don't think he's coming back at all. You kind of I feel like Jordan Davis kind of took his job pretty much for the Eagles.
Is he just a free agent, Fletcher Cox?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably not going back then.
And there's been trade rumors the past couple of years.
Yeah, I remember that.
I thought he was going to go to the Bills, and then that did not happen.
Yeah. Remember when Antonio Brown was a Bill?
Yeah, that was the most legendary 15 minutes of my life.
It was awesome. Most legendary one game of my life.
Yeah, but Bills actually dodged a bullet with that because if that trade actually happened, probably the whole Raiders thing would have happened just with the Bills, and they wouldn't have got Stephon Diggs. So, everything happens for a reason, man. Sure. That guy's a head case.
Oh, my Lord. He's nuts.
Yeah.
He needs help.
He does need help. That guy is...
Get him some milk.
Yeah, no, he needs to be put down. That guy sucks.
Yo.
I agree, though. I really agree.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith, you're not wrong.
You didn't have to go there. Let's be nice.
Crap.
But yeah, main team needs receiver, just D-line help, and then just safety as well. Because you're losing John Johnson. You're also losing Ronnie Harrison. Grant Delpit's very good, but Bubba Bolden would be your next in, and I don't think Bubba Bolden is that good.
No.
Bubble Buddy from SpongeBob.
Bubba Bolden. Okay, say that one 5 times fast, Rocco.
Do you really want me to?
Yes, go.
No.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Bubba Bolden is a whole hard name to say. God,
yeah, totally.
Damn tongue twister. But their corners are actually pretty good. I like their top 3 guys. Obviously, you got Denzel Ward, who is an absolute stud. Yeah. Greg Newsome was drafted. He was the 20th overall pick a couple years ago. Very good. And Martin Emerson, I think from Mississippi State. He has played very well. So, a solid roster. Definitely a good roster. Just they're just like living and dying with Deshaun Watson now. If he is not what he was, they're screwed until that contract's up.
And they deserve it for giving that contract. So.
Yeah. They're in like the same situation as the Broncos regarding their quarterback.
Yeah.
Because like Broncos are kind of locked in for a little bit with Russ, unless you just eat like the biggest dead cap hit in history, which is obviously not what you want to do. But if you have an immediate upgrade,
I actually don't think Russ can be that bad again.
He can't.
I don't know.
So that's so bad.
I think Sean Payton can bring him back though.
I think he will. No, I think he will actually.
I don't know. I think you guys give, and I think everyone's giving him too much credit. Sean Payton. If Russ is going to be off, he's going to be off. Sean Payton, yeah, he might be a good coach, but I don't think he's that good of a coach.
I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to resurrect Russ's career.
I like don't think it was a lot of it wasn't even Russ's fault last year. Like he was definitely missing throws at these like more than usual, but look at who his coach was for the first more than half of the season.
Yeah. Pretty much Urban Meyer.
Almost single-handedly like destroyed the team.
Yeah, that guy sucks. I hope he never gets a coaching job again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a good coordinator, bro.
Sorry, man.
I hate it. But if we get Rodgers from it, I don't care. So
he's getting you, Rodgers.
He was
probably on that plane today.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely was.
There was Salah, a Woody, that friggin' piece of crap that should sell the team. JD, and then Hackett. So,
Joe Douglas.
Oh yeah. But I'm pretty sure they said if they get Rodgers, that Hackett is just going to let Rodgers like basically take the playbook.
That's probably what he did in Green
exactly.
Bay.
That's probably what Adam Gase did with Peyton Manning.
100%.
It definitely is.
Yeah. But we'll get into that another time.
Yes. Actually, I hope we never get into that. I never want to talk about Adam Gase again.
No, that guy sucked.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
Great coach.
He got the hate for no reason, man.
Oh yeah, no reason at all.
Who was his quarterback? Sam Darnold.
Oh yep.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Bag of crap. Which I said stick with Sam instead of drafting Zach Wilson. What the hell do I know? It would have been a better boat if I was a GM.
Both are bad options though. So
yeah, I mean, but Sam Darnold's still miles better than Zach Wilson, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
It's true.
Gross. Anyway.
Yeah. That wraps up the Browns. And then we're getting into the last team of the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gross.
Yeah, I hate this team.
Yeah.
No way. I love Minka.
I think Minka's overrated.
Yeah, I think
I've talked about it before on the pod.
It is true. He's not the biggest Minka fan.
Well, all right. That's fine.
But currently they have negative 4.8 mil in cap space.
I have negative 320,000.
Oh, I have like right on the line.
Yeah, there. So who knows which one?
I mean, every website you look at is going to have something different.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. It also could just not be the right thing at all.
100. They're probably all wrong. So
they probably are, honestly.
Yeah,
that's probably true. Yeah, I feel like no one actually knows until the NFL posts it.
Yeah.
I'll believe the NFL when they post it.
Nice. Whatever. I'm gonna go off of my numbers just because I am.
I mean, they're all around the same. It doesn't really matter.
So yeah, for me, negative 4.8. Who knows? And then two obvious cuts here for me. Number one, very easy. William Jackson saved 12.1 mil.
Yep.
I thought they did that already. To be honest with you,
I thought they did too. Maybe they are. Or something.
Who cares? That guy sucks anyway.
Yeah, he's not good. But
and then you can also cut Mitchell Trubisky.
Yes.
So yeah, that's his name, right? That's how you say it.
Yeah, well, half of that's going to be bleeped out. So he said Trubisky. Yeah. See, you save $8 million from doing so, and that's
you should have never signed with them in the first place.
Especially if they had the plan to already get a quarterback. I mean, I guess if Trubisky panned out a little bit, you let Pickett sit, but Pickett was always a guy that he's ready to start. Obviously that didn't really happen too much, but
true.
Either way, now Pickett's the guy for now. So, save your $8 million, get him a weapon.
Yep.
Something like that.
Also they can cut, don't know how to say this. Akello
Witherspoon.
Yeah, there you go. Saves $4 million. So I think that's necessary. He's not that great. He's Yeah. He's just a depth guy, but you can get someone better and cheaper.
So they got a couple of free agents. Two guys that I think are an absolute necessity to bring back are, well, one guy, absolute necessity, is Robert Spillane. He's not going to get a lot of money, and he has just been like really good for them whenever he's had like a good opportunity. I also want them to bring back Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton's been pretty good at times. They definitely need some corner help.
Yeah.
They're going to need some corner help outside of Cam Sutton too, but a nice, good addition or good depth piece to have. Who's pretty good. He's a pretty solid player.
Yeah.
They could also bring back Devin Bush, I guess. He signed a cheap contract.
He's decent. I would keep him if he's cheap.
No, I think they'll move away from him.
Honestly, I think they will, just because they probably
just wants a fresh start. Honestly,
yeah, you spent a pretty high draft pick. It just has not worked out. Yeah, Miles Jack's another one that they can maybe move away from.
He's pretty good though.
I think he's pretty good, but they save $8 million. It depends on how tight they are for cap space on what they need.
Yeah, I think that's different. Like Devin Bush, honestly, just never really worked out.
It just really was never. I don't know. It just didn't work out. So I could definitely see both sides wanting a fresh start, but we saw with Leighton Vander Esch, he just signed this baby contract to stay with the Cowboys, and then is good again. So who knows? But
yeah, somebody will get him, and he'll be pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. You could also let Terrell Edmonds and Larry Ogunjobi walk. And Terrell Edmonds is another guy that just really never worked out. Larry Ogunjobi just also didn't work out. That was a shorter term thing,
pretty
but
good though.
Yeah, but right. I think he had 2 sacks this year. Obviously, he's not going to fill up the stat sheet, but he just didn't really do much. You could bring him back if it is cheap, but not a necessity in my eyes.
What is a necessity is I think you need to restructure Minka and Watt. Saves about $22 million.
Yeah, and you could even throw Cam Hayward.
Basically just basically restructure anyone with a big contract is basically the way to do it.
Yeah. I would definitely try to go after the younger guys to Minka. Definitely you could restructure TJ Watt. They're going to be there a while. It gets kind of weird when it's an older player like Cam Hayward, just because it's harder.
That's why I left them out. It's different.
Yeah, it's just harder to move off of them, and it gets funky.
Yeah,
but yeah, after that they can have a pretty decent amount of cap space after restructures and cuts and everything. They could get up to probably 40 mil, maybe even more.
You can get up to whatever you want if you really
true.
Look at it that much.
Team needs, I'd say that I'm not sure if it's their biggest need. Big need though, to get yourself a real number 1 corner. Like we said before, bring Cam Sutton back. You got Levi Wallace. There's not really a lot there, especially if you move off of William Jackson and Akella Witherspoon. They could also go after another linebacker. They also never really spend a lot of money on these big name free agents, so I wouldn't expect them to go after a Tremaine Edmonds. It'd be cool to have the Edmonds brothers back together, but
right.
Don't necessarily see it happening.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably a cheaper. Who? Eric Kendricks. He just got released, so
yeah, but he's not going to be that cheap.
Yeah, but I think Tremaine Edmonds is going to get
anymore.
A pretty decent amount more than
Eric
probably
Kendricks,
just because he's so young. And I've said this before. We've had this conversation. I think that Tremaine Edmonds, if he hits the free agent market, is going to get overpaid, just because he's 24, 25 years old. He's coming off probably his best season.
Players like that probably will get overpaid.
That's what Daniel Jones just said. He got overpaid because he's young. Just going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's a quarterback.
Yeah. But continuing on the team needs.
I think wide receiver is still a need for them.
Yeah. I could definitely see them getting
because you got Pickens, you got George Pickens, pretty good. He looked pretty good, but it wasn't that much. Kenny Pickett still didn't look great, so it's kind of hard. And then Deontay Johnson has been good, but he also didn't score a touchdown last year.
It is true.
So
yeah, that was a weird year. He's great. Kenny Pickett was garbage, and
it's also hard.
Too, so
Pickett kind of had better chemistry with George Pickens. Him and Deontay Johnson never really clicked.
Yeah,
but I still I wouldn't give up on Deontay Johnson or anything.
Definitely not.
Shown he can be good. but like they kind of need a bigger receiver. I feel like that's why like they traded Claypool, which was weird.
Good trade for them. They absolutely had to do that.
Definitely a great trade for them. But I'm saying like it was weird when like because they were still trying to contend.
Yeah, it was probably just like you sure? You sure you want to give that pickup? Oh, okay, that's completely fine. They also have Calvin Austin coming back from injury, so that's like a nice little slot dude. Got some speed.
Yeah, but I feel like they need like a bigger guy because like Pickens is good at contested catches, but they don't really have like I just think every team needs like a big guy.
Yeah.
Like someone you could just chuck it up to in a big moment. And like Pickens kind of showed that ability.
He does play big, but I get what you're saying. I'd say there's definitely much more pressing needs in that, but I could definitely see that as being.
Yeah, no, it definitely is not their biggest need, but.
Yeah. Some more big needs. IDL. Not a lot there outside of Cam Hayward.
Definitely not.
They could try to bring Hargrave back.
They have the GOAT Isaiah Loudermilk, though.
Yeah.
That guy, he is the
Loudermilk
all-time name team, and he is the captain. Actually, I don't think he's the captain, but
he's not the captain. There's some really good ones.
Yeah. Clinton Dix is a good one.
Yep. The guy that you said before. I forgot who that was.
Bubba Bolden.
Yeah, something like that. That's
also he XFL IR legend D Virgin.
Yo, chill. He was on the Patriots.
He was on the Patriots. Now he's on. I forgot what team he's on. Maybe the Guardians or something.
I actually remember that dude. I remember his name. That's why.
Exactly. It's how can you forget it? It's D Virgin. So they could also use another tackle. So I mean, their O line is actually pretty good. You got like I think Okorafor is a free agent. No, he's not. Okorafor is not a free agent.
He's got one more year. I believe.
Yeah. You got like a solid O line. I mean, I like their interior between Dotson, Kendrick Green, and James Daniels. Dan Moore and Okorafor, they're definitely good players, but if you could get an upgrade over either of those guys, I would say go ahead.
The big downfall from 2 years ago to last year was their O-line.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Najee sucked. Like their O-line.
That's not the only reason he sucked.
Yes, agreed. But that O-line
because he just like stopped running the ball.
He does try to.
Agreed.
He doesn't hit the hole as much as he probably should.
I don't know why, because he was good at that, and then he just tries to like make moves, and he's I don't know, it's like weird. He like tries to be shifty when he's like he is, but I feel like he's just good at running through people too.
Yeah, sometimes he does use his strength, like he dribbled a dude's skull off the turf.
Yeah, I feel like he needed to do that more.
Yeah, or just like he could. He's big. He's like almost Derrick Henry big.
He's trying to be like some shifty running back.
Yeah, you're a big body.
You can be big and be shifty.
Yeah,
but it doesn't work out for everybody.
I still think Najee's very good.
There,
I think so too. But they have to do something with that O-line. That O-line, and everyone was talking about it before the season. It got bad.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna get baby hands killed too.
Yeah, true. His hands are so tiny.
I hate him.
Yeah, you are not a big Kenny Pickett fan.
No, because the first game that he went in was against the Jets, and he thought he was the biggest crap when he threw a touchdown, and then the Jets beat him. Shut up, kid. You're fucking new. Bleep that out, and that one too.
Jesus, man.
I hate him. I hate him.
I know.
Mason Rudolph's better than him. Gino's better than him.
I don't know about that.
Gino was like an MVP level.
No, Gino in my mind. I hate Gino.
Yeah. You know how many like teams and people you hate? People
No, it's not many.
It's literally every single thing that we talk about. You're like, I hate this guy.
Okay, I hate the Bills. I hate the Patriots.
You hate the Giants. You hate the Eagles. You hate the Cowboys.
I hate the Eagles. No, I don't hate the Cowboys. It's really the Eagles, and then I don't really hate the Patriots or the Bills, really. Basically,
I don't like the Eagles.
It's basically
there's a lot of teams
Eagles
I don't like. I don't really hate a lot of teams. I don't like the Steelers. I don't like the Ravens.
The Eagles are the worst organization ever. They should just get out of the league, and I'll be happy.
What team?
The Eagles. And all their fans. Bye-bye.
See you later. Fans I could absolutely see, but like
that's why I hate them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the team. I hate the fans.
I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a good dude, and
I like Jalen Hurts. He's cool, but
yeah, AJ Brown. I love. He was a Titan. Just not.
Yeah.
Those fans.
Last team need that I'm going to say for the Steelers, strong safety. Obviously, you got one of the best safeties. Rupp will disagree, but one of the best free safeties.
I still think he's good, but I don't think he's like the best safety in the league where a lot of people think he is.
I'd say he's like probably top 3.
Yeah, like
I give him like top 10
that for a while too.
Yeah.
Like. Top 5, top 10. There's not that many good safeties in the league.
There's really not, and there's like Byard was good last year and 2 years ago, and like mediocre this year. Poyer was hurt, but he was like okay this year. Really, like you got a couple difference makers, like top tier safeties, and I think he's one of them.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Who could they use? How is Jabril Peppers? Isn't he like pretty decent?
He like playing linebacker at some points too.
Yeah, he's basically a linebacker now.
Yeah,
he's actually pretty good. He's coming back though.
Yeah, he's going back to the Patriots.
He's getting re-signed 100%.
But yeah, he was basically just like a linebacker at times.
No, because he's like the type of player that Belichick loves. That's why, because he can play like everywhere.
Yeah, he can. He was so good in college.
I honestly think he probably should have played more than he did.
Yeah. Well, someone like along those lines, I mean, it's hard to get along those lines, but there's people out there that they can use as safety.
Yeah, I mean, bro, those are literally Belichick's favorite type of players.
Yeah.
You look at him, Marcus Jones. Love that dude.
Just the dudes that could like do everything.
The dudes who play everywhere.
But yeah, that wraps up the AFC North. The Bengals are the top dog here.
Yeah, it's the Bengals division.
It is for a bit. Still got to see what's going on with Lamar, obviously. And I mean, is Watson never going to be as good as he was? Is Kenny Pickett the guy? It's the Bengals division.
Agreed.
So for the foreseeable future, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially if Lamar goes, which I think he's going to.
Well, if Lamar goes, they honestly might go on like a Chiefs type run where they just win it every year.
Yeah.
I was going to say like a
Patriots
that was
type weird.
Run,
I was going to say you're not saying a Patriots type.
Yeah, run? But that's like I don't think anyone's doing that anymore. They're not going to win the division for 20 straight years.
Not especially not this division. Like you still got young talent all around on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard. Like I'd say Chiefs more because they've been doing it for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, true.
But like the Chiefs also could like some of their like better players are getting older.
True. But they have Mahomes.
They're always gonna have Mahomes, yeah. But I'm saying like some you see like some of those other teams are Kelsey's getting older.
Yeah.
Like
I get what you're saying for sure.
Are like their O line's young. Like the Chiefs defense isn't great.
Yeah.
Whereas like you'll get like other teams in the division just keep building up.
True.
And we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.